Hey YouTubers, Hike with Mike here of course. And today's Swamp Talk is about getting lost. Not lost in the woods, but getting lost on different levels. Whether it's mentally, spiritually. I've talked about this book many times. It has inspired my life. I read it for the first time when I was 12 or 13. And it created a love of the wilderness forever, and wanting to be in the woods. And I read this, and all the time I wanted to be in the woods, and I embraced that. And anytime I could, I would find a little, even if it was just a little field in an urban area, I would really want to be there. It was something that I enjoyed doing, like being in a wild area. It was very free for me, and I really enjoyed that. But then our family moved, and being an introvert was very traumatic for me. So I felt lost at that time, and it took me a long time to get over moving and meeting new friends and things over time. But I felt lost. And then I got busy with school and work and things like that. But there was always something in the back of my head that I was lost. I was still lost about something. And working and college and all that stuff. And I was wondering, there was always something in the back of my head that wasn't right. That I was lost, that I needed to go back to. And I finally rediscovered it when I met my brother-in-law, and then my buddy Campfire Steve, who you met lots of times in my videos. And we went to the same high school, but we really were acquaintances. We never hung out. But we all somehow got together and started hiking and camping. And I got back into the woods, and I hadn't been in the woods in a long time. And it was nice. It was like I was finally found. I wasn't lost anymore. I wasn't lost in the everyday life of going on and going through the motions and working and school and all the other stuff, which is very important. But I rediscovered, I got back on the trail that I had lost at some point when I was in the woods a lot. And then I was more focused on the modern world and civilization. And it was nice to finally find my way back to the woods, and I wasn't lost anymore. So that's my Swamp Talk. I don't know if it makes any sense. I was just reading some passages, like I said, from the Tracker by Tom Brown Jr., where when his friend that he had spent years in the woods, tracking animals and enjoying the beautiful nature, had moved away, and how he felt lost in the woods. Even though it was the place he loved to be, he still felt lost because he didn't have his friend there anymore. And I started thinking about, when I first read this book, and I would just try to go out into the woods as much as I could and enjoyed it and stuff, and then kind of life got in the way. And it was cool to finally come back to being in the woods as much as I can again, just like I wanted to do when I was 12 or 13. And if you're lost, it's not too late to be found. It's not too late to go back to that trail and redo the things you used to love to do. So that's my Swamp Talk for today, Sometimes we're lost, but we can always be found. And that's some good medicine.